From 14 News, this is Touchdown Live in the Huddle, sponsored by your Tri-State Ford dealers. There's more in store. Stop by today.
Welcome in, folks. We knew this day was coming, Aaron. It's here. This is our final episode this season of Touchdown Live in the Huddle, but I will not despair. I will not despair. I will not.
Well, it's okay. While we will miss doing these shows each week, we're going to go out with a bang. One final pack show.
Yes, we sure will. End of the line, which means we are in the heat of playoff action. Sectional champions to be crowned in Indiana, and playoffs about to get underway in Kentucky, Aaron.
Yes, and we will preview some of the big matchups, but first, I know you caught up with our Player of the Week, Max, winner from last week, correct?
We sure did, but it wasn't just one guy, Aaron. No, it was the entire Forest Park defense that got the most votes. So I checked in with 3 of their seniors. Here it is. All right, we've got another Player of the Week voting winner here, and this time it was another entire unit. The Forest Park defense, guys, we had 4 picks in just one half. Quite the performance. I'll hand this to you first, and then we'll go down the line here. I mean, what does that defensive performance do for you guys? Obviously, you came out with the win in that game.
Well, it gave us some momentum in the second half to just keep rolling and end up beating them by quite a few touchdowns. And I mean, I play defensive line, so I didn't get any picks, but yeah, it looks pretty good.
The guys were helping you out behind you, and I know a lot of you guys play two-way, defense and offense. What does that do, when you are on both sides? Defense is out there, they nab the pick, you get the ball back, then you guys are able to go out and see your offense work or actually go work on the offense yourself.
Like he said, it gives us a lot of momentum, and being on the offense, it keeps you hyped up for that drive.
Yeah, I'll have you guys swap here really quick so we can just what's the vibe like on the sideline and on the field when you have a unit that is rolling that much and keeping things going with 4 picks in one half? What's that like?
Well, everybody's adrenaline is up, so everybody's hype, and then everybody's just wanting to go out there and hit the person that's coming at them next.
I would imagine, guys, the atmosphere was pretty good with all the energy and the momentum rolling for you guys.
Yeah, the atmosphere was pretty good. The students were pretty hype, and the crowd was getting going too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. Congrats again on a great game and a great season. Forest Park defense, our Player of the Week winner. All right, congrats to them. Another solid season, Aaron, for the Rangers now wrapped up. Now, before we announce our winner for Week 11, Aaron, let's go through the nominees one more time.
Yes.
From 14 News,
Jason
this
Rucker,
is Touchdown Live,
North
Player
running
of the
back,
Week,
very
sponsored by your
efficient
Tri-State
in this
Ford
squad.
dealers. There's more in store. Stop by today.
Now you begin.
Yeah,
You're excited.
That thing gets me every once
Here
in
we
a while,
go. Here we
doesn't
go.
it? It gets both of us sometimes.
It got me earlier this week. It did, and I said the low voice of that guy gets me every time.
That guy is a
now,
rascal.
Who's the first nominee, Aaron?
It is not that guy. It is Jason Rucker.
Oh.
The North running back was very efficient in this squad's first sectional matchup. He rushed the ball 11 times for 171 yards and reached the end zone for 6. And North cruised against New Albany 42-7.
All right, up next from our Game of the Week last Friday, our second nominee, Landon McClarney. The Wrights running back made a statement on offense, Aaron. 175 yards, all off of 25 carries, 3 touchdowns. Then on defense, sprinkle on top 4 tackles as Wrights takes down Jasper to advance 36-14.
On to nominee 3, a guy we weren't sure we'd see back on the football field, Mr. Landon Terry. Terry made his return from injury and had an immediate impact, mostly on defense. 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, one of which he recovered himself. And Landon was on a snap count on offense, but boy, was he a force on D as Tell City dismantled Salem 30-16.
All right, and our final nominee for the week, Hunter Meredith. Heritage Hills actually, Aaron, trailing Vincennes Lincoln at half by 1 point, but then Meredith turned up the dial. In the full game, he carried the rock 11 times for 131 yards and 3 touchdowns. Sprinkle on a catch there for 19 yards and 5 tackles on defense. All right, we've got our 4 nominees. The time has now come. Our final Player of the Week winner for the year. The votes have been tallied, Aaron. Tell the people who it is.
All right, Max, here we go. The Player of the Week is Get fired up, Tell City. It's Landon Terry.
All right, there we go. One game back, as we said, from injury. This dude lays down a beast of a game. Again, 2 picks, 2 forced fumbles. It didn't take him long to get back into the rhythm of things on the football field. 1 game back, and he's a player of the week, our final one for the year. What a game for him. All right, coming up on In the Huddle, time for our Tri-State Insider segment. Mitch is back in studio one final time as we talk Game of the Week.
And you can't break down the plays without talking to the men who come up with them. We'll hear from both coaches to let us know what to expect. Stick around.
Welcome back to In the Huddle. If you're one of our returning viewers, you know what time it is for the final time this season.
That's right.
Big sad. I am joined by our Tri-State football insider, Mr. Mitch Carter. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Max, thank you for having me. Last one, best one, baby. Let's get right into it. Let's do this thing.
Always. Let's do it. If you're new here now, no time like the present to join us. We'll talk
right.
about the biggest plays, who to watch out for, and of course, we'll finish up with Carter's Call, where he picks who's coming out on top in our Game of the Week.
That's right. If my picks recently were playing for a sectional championship, I would have lost last round, but they're not, so I'm picking again. Let's see it. Let's do it.
Boom. That you will, and with sectional championships happening in Indiana this week. Where are we headed, man? Tell them at home.
We're heading to the jungle, baby. Back home. 2 local powerhouses about to go blow for blow here. Now it's up for trophies. It matters a little bit more, right? Heritage Hills Patriots hosting the Memorial Tigers. Should be a good one on Friday.
Yeah, 2 tough squads. Heritage Hills at 10 and 1. Memorial 11-0. Both teams dominant on the road and at home. Patriots have won 13 straight at home, counting last season. Memorial taking 13 straight on the road. Both these teams no strangers to success, Mitch. Heritage Hills looking to get back to Lucas Oil. Memorial looking to get further this season than the regional round.
That's right. Both so talented on both sides of the ball here. We know this, but we don't know how Friday will go. I can confidently anticipate we're looking at what could be a real Southern Indiana classic up there in Lincoln City. Should be good.
Absolutely, Mitch. So let's talk Memorial. I know they knocked out your alma mater last week. What are we thinking?
Hurts my heart, but it was a good game, right? I'll never knock talent when I see it. Those boys can play flat out, right? At this point, at this stage of the game, everybody's good. Everybody can play.
Yeah.
They're here for a reason, right? The 24-point effort marked the Tigers' lowest season scoring contest, though, but it did, in the end, didn't matter. Tiger victory as team effort as it gets. I mean, solid performances across the board there. Luke Elsherman picked up 27 receiving yards and a TD, also rushed for 45. Jacob Lively in the mix, too, providing a touchdown for Memorial. Of course, got to give our flowers to Matthew Fisher, leading that offense all season long. Combine that with a defense that needs no introduction. Alex Brashears, field general in the box. Any points earned will have to be just that. They've got to be earned.
All right. Certainly looking forward to seeing Coach Hurley lead his young men on Friday. Let's talk Coach Wilkerson and the Pats now.
Yeah, take it away,
Meredith, yeah, he was his usual excellent self, rushing for 131 yards and 3 touchdowns on only 11 carries. And last week I was there. They were trailing coming out of half. But that's the most rushing yards he has posted since back in November 2023. Another player always making a difference, Jet Goldsberry, who rushed for 84 yards and a touchdown. And Mitch, just a note, I was talking to Coach Hurley yesterday. He said he's heard from other coaches, whatever you think about Jet Goldsberry, dial it up by about 5 to 8 times, because when you see him on the field, that kid can play.
He's one of those guys, right? I mean, Friday's matchup will be between pitting 2 of the most dominant single callers in our area against one another. Of course, Goldsberry and Fisher. Goldsberry, like you mentioned there, he's put up stellar numbers this year. Currently owns excellent averages on the season, right? About 118.6 passing yards per game, and he's got 19 passing touchdowns. Guys like Parker Hart and Alex Smith lead that defense. A whole motley crew of tough dudes. That is, I mean, this matchup is as Southern Indiana as it gets. I'm so excited to watch them once again in action on Friday.
All right, for the final time, Mitch, we've seen the tape. This may be your toughest call yet.
I know it.
We talked X's and O's, so what's your Carter's call going to be?
So showing a little bias here, right?
Okay.
I think both these teams could very reasonably make a very deep postseason run, right? Perhaps even all the way. Makes this tough, like you said there, since, of course, it appears to me, in my mind, winner of this game could take it all, right? I'm a huge fan of Goldsberry. I'm a huge fan of Fisher. Both those squads, absolute studs on D. However, I live in Evansville now, yes, but in my heart of heart, I'm not shy about it. I'm a PAC man. With that, giving Coach Todd Wilkerson and the Pats to put that trophy in the halls at Heritage Hills High School and continue their run. hopefully back up to the big stage, the big lights in Lucas Oil. But hey, prove me wrong. It's high school football. Looking forward to see it come Friday night. We'll see.
All right, we'll see Mitch once again later on in the show. But now let's check in on a team that has been on a roll, well, for 2 years at this point, Aaron, the Owensboro Catholic Aces.
Yes, they sure have been. Undefeated last year up until the state championship game. Then they turn around this year, another undefeated regular season.
Yeah.
It's a team that just keeps stunning teams. Yes.
Yeah, stunning them with an electric offense each and every week.
Yes.
The past 6 weeks, they've outscored their opponents 283 points to 15. Head coach Jason Morris said, it's been a blast to witness, I can imagine.
Just super excited for the boys. They put so much work into this program, have been so great to coach, and watching them go undefeated back-to-back seasons has been a blessing for me.
It's been a great honor to be back-to-back regular season undefeated, and we came up short a little bit last year, but I think we got our sights set on the end goal this year for sure.
The Aces get that playoff journey underway, hosting Crittenden County tomorrow. Now coming up on In the Huddle, don't go anywhere. We've got the coaches heading up both sides of our game of the week. We'll hear from them as we dig into their game plans when we come back.
Plus, we're taking a walk down memory lane, going over the biggest plays of Week 11. We'll be right back.
All right, we are back. It's time we circle back to our game of the week, Aaron. As we've already gotten our Tri-State insider Mitch Carter's thoughts, but let's hear from the head coaches.
Yes, these two head coaches have certainly had their hands full this week. Again, if we haven't said it enough yet, these are two of the best teams in our area.
Yeah, for Memorial head coach John Hurley, looking at this Patriots team, the preparation, of course, includes some of the studs on defense for Heritage Hills, guys like Parker Hart, and then on offense, Hunter Meredith, Tyler Ruxer. But at the top of the list, you have to get ready for Jet Goldsberry.
I had a coach tell me, that played him this year. He said, whatever you think about Jet, you need to multiply it by 8 when you see him on the field. So, we're doing the best we can as far as what we have to prepare for them. And obviously, he's not the only thing you got to stop, but he's a big part of it.
Similar theme on the other side. Heritage Hills head coach Todd Wilkerson discussed their emphasis on just a solid defensive game plan and doing the best they can this week in practice.
Well, you just got to play great defense and try to slow them down as much as you can. I mean, you're right. Their quarterback, 32 touchdowns, 2,400 yards, no interceptions, great receiving core. People forget about the running back, and then he hurts you. So very capable offense, and we're just going to have to mix it up and do the best we can.
It's funny, Aaron, that both those coaches in those sound bites said the phrase "best we can" because they know how talented the signal callers on both sides are and the guys around them. We'll continue to look at both of these teams. You know the drill. I'll be live at the Jungle at 4, 5, and 6 tomorrow, right here on 14 News to get you ready for the big game.
Yes, it should be a fun one, Max. And now let's send it over one final time this year to Mitch Carter over at the Telestrator for some top play breakdowns.
Welcome back in for Week 12 of Plays of the Week, our final rendition here. Let's get right into it here. Let's get this Telestrator working. Starting off, heading southeast to Owensboro, where one of our few remaining unbeatens was in action. I'm talking 9-0 Owensboro Catholic hosting North Hardin. Roll it. North Hardin's Darrell Loggins takes the snap, steps up into the pocket here, and watch him off the snap. The pressure comes from the outside right here. Got to step up and let it fly and stop. Oh boy, word to another Mr. Loggins, our quarterback, number 15, finding himself in the danger zone. You hate to see that because you know him, right? That's a scary boy lurking at midfield. Mr. Field General himself, that's number 4, senior linebacker Vince Carrico, jumping the route right here, getting some elevation. I'm clearing this out. Roll the tape, you know where it's headed. Number 4 takes it all the way home, all the way back to the crib for 6, and the crowd is loving it here. Catholic going wild, continuing their reign of terror this season, dismantling North Hardin 49-7. Moving on here up next, we'll stay in Kentucky, going to Henderson County, where the Colonels and Owensboro High School renewed their longtime rivalry. Such a fun one here. Oh, let's get into it. A little special teams trickery here. Got to give the creds to the play call. Watch this kick right here. Pooched one to the open space, and we'll stop right there. Oh boy, shades of Pat McAfee for any of you Colts fans out there. The lone Red Devil trying to come up and make a play here on the ball. Too little, too late. It's a lot on a little. I'm talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. The kicker even laying a little smackdown on that poor front line guy. If he doesn't get on top of the ball right now and cradle it this second, it is all over. Roll the play. That's exactly what happens. The gamble pays off. Henderson County recovers their own kickoff there, leading to a score on the drive. Gutsy, yes, but only dumb if it doesn't work, and it worked. Unfortunately, though, that would not be enough as Owensboro finds their stride and goes on to take this one 28-14. And last but certainly not least here, let's head to Tell City in the Class 2A Sectional 40. The Marksmen hammered Crawford County last week. Now in the semifinal round, the Big Red were hosting Salem. Let's get into it here. 23-16, Tell City in the third, and Salem driving here. Quarterback takes the snap, rolls out, throws it, and stop. Oh boy, you know him, you love him. There's Landon Terry looking horizontal. No. Someone call ESPN. He's dangerous, freshly back from injury. Not sure it's ideal to be slamming into the ground, looking absolutely parallel to it, but hey, big time players make big time plays. I'll clear this out. Roll it. Check him out. What a leaping interception there to fend off the Lions. What a play. 22 back in action in style. That's not all. Double feature from Terry. Check this out coming up the very next play. Check him out. We'll stop right here. 22 right there. There he is. There's Terry lurking from the secondary there in the box. Marksman turned over the ball at that last drive right there. Back to the Lions here. The handoff with the middle, and Terry playing off the line of scrimmage right there. They get racked up a little bit here. You'll see it kind of in this area right here that you can't exactly see. Best line of scrimmage here, but let it roll and watch. Watch. I have no idea how Landon Terry does this. He actually just clean strips the ball from the runner and is taken off the other way, looking like a running back still. Check this out. Loads up for the hit. Oh my goodness, he's still got it. He's not ready to start wrestling just yet. Tell City hammering Salem, tearing them up. Congrats, of course. Who wants to cuddle that weight anyways? Get that dub against Salem. Big time win, all thanks in part to efforts like that from Terry there on defense. Of course, congrats to all of our winners last week as they move on here, hopefully trying to get their way to the ship up in Lucas Oil or in Kentucky down south. That's going to do it for us on Plays of the Week here. Thanks for joining us and watching all season long. We appreciate you.
All right, thanks, Mitch. When we come back, it's time for the Red Zone with Aaron.
And we'll break down the schedules for the other games in our area as we get ready for yet another big-time week for Tri-State football.
Welcome back in. It is time for our final segment of the show. And, of course, we can't say bye without heading one final time to the Red Zone.
Hey, we are here with Owensboro Catholic quarterback Brady Atwell for our In the Red Zone segment. Brady, welcome in.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
First of all, what is your favorite pregame meal routine?
I have Chick-fil-A before every game on Friday. I have a chicken sandwich with no pickles and a large Powerade, so that's what I have every Friday before a game.
All right, that's worked so far. You haven't lost in like 2 years.
Yeah, it definitely works for sure.
Pre-game music, what hypes you up before a game?
I actually listen to calm, slow music, so Adele and maybe some Taylor Swift. So.
Okay, that's a little bit of a different answer.
Yes, sir. Not a lot of people, listen to that stuff, but it calms me down and it gets me focused.
Who is the biggest goofball on this team?
I would definitely have to say Cale Cablin. He's our right guard, number 64, and he's definitely the biggest goofball on the team.
What does he do?
He's just a funny guy. His laugh is infectious, and he just says a bunch of funny stuff.
Hamburgers or hot dogs?
Oh, he's a cheeseburger, not hamburger, cheeseburger.
All right. Coke or Pepsi?
Oh, Coke for sure.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup for sure.
All right. Favorite teams, NFL?
Oh, Patriots. Tom Brady's my GOAT personally.
And then after school and college, what do you want to do?
I want to major in business, go into finance. So I'm excited.
All right, Brady. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we will send it back to the studio.
All right, wonderful. Always good to talk to Brady Atwell, check in with him. And now it's time to take a look at some more games across the Tri-State. Let's get you all pumped up for our Week 12 slate. Let's take a look at what we have on deck. Aaron, you want me to start it off or you to start it off?
Whoever wants to go.
Okay, I'll go. I'll take the reins here. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. In the Class 5A Sectional Championship right here in town, North heading to Paradise to take on Castle. Yes. And then in Class 4A, Boonville pays a visit to the Wrights Bowl. That kicks off at 6:30.
Yes, it does. And you will be at the biggest game of the night, arguably, at least according to people with Heritage Hills Memorial. It is Heritage Hills versus Memorial at the Jungle, 7 o'clock. Be there or be square. And then in Class 2A, that sectional championship, Tell City will host Brownstown Central. They are undefeated. That's at 6:30. Ooh, gonna be a tough one.
All right, in the Kentucky playoffs, first round in Class 2A, Owensboro Catholic begins its quest to get back to Kroger Field as they host Crittenden County. That's a 7 p.m. kickoff. And then Class 6A, Barron County at Hendo, also 7 p.m.
Yes, over in Class 5A, Owensboro will host Ohio County. And in Class 3A, the Glasgow Scotties will head to Morganfield to take on Union County. Let's go Braves.
Let's do it. Class 3A, Hancock County hosts Franklin Simpson, smiley face. And then Class 5A, Madisonville plays at Bowling Green. Those purples are tough. Aaron finishes off.
Not an easy place to go play.
No.
And neither is South Warren. That is where Apollo is going. Also a Class 5A bracket game there. And then in Class 3 again, McLean County will head to Adair County to take on the Indians. That should be interesting.
All right. Well, there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching Touchdown Live in the Huddle, our pregame show. We hope you enjoyed our in-depth look at some of the best football teams all across the tri-state.
Yes, and that is our final episode of the year. Of course, this would not have been possible without our entire production crew and marketing team. Thanks to all the guys and gals who have put in all kinds of work to make this happen.
Yeah, let's send it out to the boys in the booth one more time. Give yourselves a hand, guys. There they are.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
It's a party. Dan, I need to see your. There's Dan's hand. Caleb right there in front. These boys are always locked in. I don't know if Dan's locked in right now, but who knows? He's always locked in. I can promise you that. Oh, look, they're both locked in. We could do a half-hour show on them, but they toss it back to us. I guess they're in control. All right, for highlights of all your favorite games, be sure to join us right back here for our Touchdown Live show every Friday night.
Yes.
I guess this Friday.
Yes, tomorrow.
Final one.
Yes.
Our final one, Touchdown Live on the 14 Sports app at 10:45. We'll also feature an express version on 14 News at 10. We'll see you there.